Hello friends, and welcome back to AutoFix Zone. In today's video, we'll discuss 7 components that can directly increase fuel consumption when they fail, along with how to inspect and confirm each fault. 1. Oxygen sensor, O2 sensor. The oxygen sensor is one of the most critical sensors involved in fuel trim control. Any malfunction or inaccurate reading from the O2 sensor will directly lead to increased fuel consumption. You can confirm a faulty oxygen sensor by monitoring its readings using a diagnostic scan tool through live data. If you notice that the sensor does not respond when pressing the accelerator pedal, or if the sensor signal appears as a flat, steady line with no fluctuation, this clearly indicates a failed sensor that must be replaced. We previously published a dedicated video covering all oxygen sensor failure symptoms. You'll find the link in the description below. 2. Air intake sensor. The air intake sensor, whether a mass airflow sensor or a manifold absolute pressure sensor, is one of the most important inputs the ECU relies on to calculate fuel delivery and combustion mixture. If the air sensor develops a fault, fuel consumption will inevitably increase. You can confirm sensor failure by monitoring its correct operating values using a diagnostic scan tool. If you notice that the sensor reading remains fixed and does not change, this is a strong indication of failure. In some cases, the fault may appear as out-of-range readings rather than a completely fixed signal. In such cases, you can attempt to clean the sensor first, then replace it if the problem persists. We previously explained all symptoms of a failing air intake sensor in a dedicated video. Link in the description below. 3. Engine coolant temperature sensor. The coolant temperature sensor is one of the most relied upon sensors immediately after engine startup. When the engine is cold, the ECU intentionally increases fuel injection to help warm the engine. Once operating temperature is reached, fuel delivery is reduced accordingly. However, if the coolant temperature sensor fails and provides a constant low temperature reading, the ECU will assume the engine is always cold. As a result, it will continuously inject excessive fuel in an attempt to raise engine temperature, leading to significantly increased fuel consumption. To confirm a faulty coolant temperature sensor, you must monitor its readings using a diagnostic scan tool. We previously covered all coolant temperature sensor failure symptoms in a dedicated video. Link in the description below. 4. Fuel pressure regulator. If the fuel pressure regulator becomes stuck in the closed position, excessive fuel pressure will build up inside the fuel rail. When the injectors are commanded to open, an abnormally large amount of fuel will be delivered due to the excessive rail pressure. This condition is a direct result of a failed fuel pressure regulator and leads to increased fuel consumption. You can diagnose this fault by measuring fuel pump pressure using a fuel pressure gauge. We previously discussed all fuel pressure regulator failure symptoms in a dedicated video. Link in the description below. 5. Fuel injectors. Fuel injectors are the final component in the fuel delivery system. For proper combustion, fuel must be atomized into a fine mist as it exits the injectors. When injectors become clogged or damaged, a condition known as injector dribbling can occur, where fuel is no longer properly atomized. This results in excessive fuel delivery and increased fuel consumption. To accurately confirm injector condition, they must be tested using an ultrasonic injector testing machine. We previously covered all fuel injector failure symptoms in a dedicated video. Link in the description below. 6. EVAP purge valve. The EVAP purge valve is a critical component of the fuel vapor recovery system. It controls the flow of fuel vapors from the charcoal canister to the engine. If the purge valve becomes stuck in the open position, it allows a continuous and excessive flow of fuel vapors from the fuel tank into the engine. This results in increased fuel consumption. You can test the valve by applying direct 12-volt power to it. A healthy valve will produce an audible clicking sound as it opens and closes when power is applied and removed. We previously explained all EVAP purge valve failure symptoms in a dedicated video. Link in the description below. 7. Engine thermostat. The engine thermostat is responsible for keeping the engine at normal operating temperature most of the time. If the thermostat becomes stuck in the open position, the engine will remain cold, especially at highway speeds and during extended driving. This causes the ECU to continuously enrich the fuel mixture in an attempt to warm the engine, resulting in increased fuel consumption. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications so you never miss a new upload. This was AutoFix Zone. See you in the next video.